Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brennan, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. The Keokuk County Sheriff's Office is taking applications for a full-time jailer dispatcher. The position requires a high school diploma or equivalent. Applications for employment can be picked up at the Keokuk County Sheriff's Office anytime or go online at www.keokukcounty.iowa.gov and download an application form. The full-time position will include Keokuk County's benefit package. Starting wage is $23 per hour and could be higher depending on experience. Application deadline is Friday, August 30th at 4 p.m. or until filled. Keokuk County is an equal opportunity employer. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shuttler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years. And now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shuttler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shuttler Media.
When tilled soil doesn't settle, you can have uneven crop growth. Learn about fluffy soil syndrome and what causes it on Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming. Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts.
Fly a drone over your fields and note the color differences. If the corn is greener in the tire tracks than between the tracks, you may have something called fluffy soil syndrome. Jody DeYoung Hughes is a crop extension educator at the University of Minnesota and has been investigating why corn would grow better in the tire tracks. When she measured soil compaction with a penetrometer, she made a discovery.
In the tire tracks, it goes down a couple inches, and in between the tire tracks, it will go down 11. And almost always that's a disc ripper that's going at that depth. What I found is that it just fluffed up the soil too much. And so when the wheel tracks went over, it packed it back down so that you have better seed to soil contact and better root to soil contact.
She says fluffy soil syndrome is especially prevalent in winters where we don't see a lot of snow cover because a good snowpack will settle the soil back down. If the soil is tilled to a pulp and doesn't have good contact points, there is more gas and air exchange, which means the seed doesn't get as much water and nutrients as it should. DeYoung Hughes says you can't predict Mother Nature, but there is a way for producers to prevent this from happening.
The less breaking up of the soil structure, the better. So if they just back off on the tillage, back off on the depth, and build soil structure, it would definitely minimize the FSS.
She also recommends that producers increase soil organic matter and minimize the amount of field traffic. I'm Jody Henke. Learn more about fluffy soil syndrome and how to prevent it at agriculture.com.